Hello, so this is Miss Nash, and I'm going to explain what isometric drawing is and the principles of drawing an isometric. Isometric drawing is a 3D representation of an object, room, building, or design in 2D. Isometric means equal measures, and that's because in isometric drawing there is no perspective applied to the drawings. That means that all dimensions are seen equally rather than in perspective drawing, where it gets smaller as it gets further into the distance. Isometric drawings are useful for designers, particularly architects, industrial and interior designers, and engineers, as they are ideal for visualizing rooms, products, and infrastructure. To draw an isometric, we use isometric graph paper, which you can see on the screen. This can be shown in triangles or in dots, or with plain paper and a 30, 60, 90 degree set square. First of all, we'll start with the y-axis, which is the height. This is always shown by straight vertical lines. The x-axis is the width, which is often representing the front face of the object that we are drawing. And thirdly, the z-axis, which shows us the depth of our object. So vertical edges are drawn as vertical lines, and horizontal edges are drawn at 30 degrees. So now we've looked at the 3 directional lines that the graph paper is going in, we're going to draw the simplest shape, which is a cube. I start by drawing the height line, and I make sure that that's 5 triangles high, which you can see in red. And then for the width, I'm going to count 5 triangles across in blue. I then repeat that with the depth in yellow, and then I continue that by filling in the rest of the lines. As you can see, the height lines are red, the width lines are blue, and the depth lines are yellow. A top tip if you're not very sure of isometric drawing is to always start in pencil, as you can always go over your lines in pen afterwards. Now that I've drawn the cube, I'm going to differentiate the top, which you can see in orange, the front face, which you can see in green, and the depth, which is in purple.
Hello, so this is Miss Nash in person, and I'm going to talk you through how I draw these shapes in isometric. So first of all, I'm going to start with letter A, which is a nice simple 1 square cube, like 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre. And what I like to do is I like to identify the corner that is closest to me, the viewer. So once I find that line, I draw the height line, so the straight up vertical line, followed by the width, followed by the depth. And by doing that, I can then fill in the rest of the lines around it, and I can complete my first shape. The second shape, letter B, which is the T, is same principle. I'm going to find that corner that is closest to me, draw the width and draw the depth, and I'm just doing this so that I can see those planes really clearly. I'm then going to do the sort of 1 centimetre square, which is sort of from the depth point of view, and then as you can see, I'm counting the amount of triangles that it takes for me to go back, so I'm making sure that I am referring back to that reference drawing each time after I draw every line. So checking, so I'm counting 3, counting 3. It's really important as well to note that all of these lines run parallel to each other, even if they're vertical or horizontal. All those horizontal lines like that one are 30 degrees, and then the vertical lines all stay vertical following the lines of the paper. And so on shape C, again, I start by finding the corner closest to the viewer, and I draw that height line, width line, and depth line. And then I start here by drawing the top face, so as if I was looking down on the shape from above. And then I draw from the depth. And then I'm going to draw from the front face, counting the triangles as I go. So 1, 2, 3. Drawing that line, and then drawing the height line next to it. So by doing this, I'm making sure I'm constantly checking that I'm copying this reference picture correctly. So then I'll draw the top face again. Line that up, and then draw a parallel height line. So this is a bit to make sure that you don't forget, really check where the lines are going. So that little line gives us a approximation of the depth. And so now I've completed all 3. like to wish you luck and let you get on with the task.